Well, I'm sitting inside our Rav4 EV, and one of the things that I really like is this super easy to read large screen right above the steering wheel. Tells me all the important stuff in nice, gigantic, clear colored font. This is something that I really like a lot. On the right, it shows me my estimated driving range, and that is based on having all the climate controls off. As I cycle through the climate controls, that will adjust slightly on the left. You saw how it jumped down to 69 miles an hour. So what that's telling me is that if I drive in a more air conditioner free mood, such as like that, I can gain a couple extra miles. The Toyota Rav4 EV is very efficient when it comes to the air conditioner. And quite honestly, I barely used the heat, so I'm not sure how efficient it is when it comes to the heat. It has a lot of these other features on it that I just never really use at all. And I think this is kind of a waste, actually. What you're looking at right now is where I keep it all the time. But as I cycle through, you can see these other things here, such as efficiency. It's so vague, I never use this. It seems like such a waste. Trip efficiency. I mean, if that was a simple digital readout with an actual number, I might find it useful. But Eco Coach, all this other stuff just is meaningless to me. And in almost 22,000 miles worth of driving in the past year, all this stuff is just a waste. All I really like to know is the driving range. And the other thing I really love about the Rav4 EV is this giant, clear, easy to read touchscreen. This thing is gigantic, it's bright, easy to read, and whether or not you like the actual interface, that's up to a lot of different people's own personal opinions. But I don't think anybody can complain about the actual size of it. And it's got apps on there, and I don't have my phone is not probably functioning right now, but you got Pandora, you got the maps, all those simple things. Nice, easy to read, which is nice when you're driving. Down here, dual temperature controls for the passenger and the driver. Heated seats, very important thing when you're driving an electric car, because you want to be able to keep the heat use to a minimum. When I turn on the heated seats, I don't see any drop in my range at all. And these heated seats are hot. I know some folks in the colder climates have mentioned they'd love a heated steering wheel. While I may not use that myself, I could definitely see that as a benefit to others. Something that I use in the car that's becoming more common here in the U.S., very common overseas, especially in Russia, is a dash cam. I'd love to have a built-in dash cam somewhere in my next electric vehicle. That would be great. So I wouldn't have to worry about having this thing hanging off the windshield. Lots of storage in this vehicle. Again, this is just based on the gas vehicle, but I love all of these kind of things, and if these types of things can be incorporated into the next gas vehicle, that would be great. I mean, the next electric vehicle, and not since this is just based on the gas vehicle. That's what I meant. Back seat, lots of room, 5 passengers with the front and the back, and it's just a nice, clean, easy to use vehicle that gets me all around in the back. I'll just whip around there really quick, pop outside here. Some of the other things that are nice, the folding mirrors right down here are the mirror controls, having various USB ports, power ports, all those kinds of things that are not only beneficial in an electric car but also in a gas-powered vehicle as well. I don't really haul anything on my roof, so I don't really need any kind of a roof rack or anything. But just come around here to the back. Most people would never even know this is a electric vehicle, except for some very subtle badging here, and then on the very front there's a giant EV as well. But this is what's nice too. A nice storage area here in the back, just like the gas version. The seats fold down flat. You've got additional storage under the back. Again, these are all things that you find in a typical gas vehicle. That has been fantastic that these were maintained in the electric version as well. And of course, got to have your custom license plate. So those are a brief overview of various things that I enjoy about the Rav4 EV, and no real complaints overall that I can think of other than those. I know I made a couple suggestions in the actual post. So that's about it for now, and we're signing off.